Thank you. And yours?
Top.
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 Enjoy.
Top.
Maurice.
How are you, Kit?
Yeah, good, thanks. Welcome back.
Morning.
Morning, Ben. How are we doing?
Good, how are you?
Yeah,
good to be back.
Yeah, good to be back, man.
At Tottenham to Man City, even now, it's completely different. You know, training's definitely not as hard as what it was at Tottenham.
Physically.
It's more mentally,
Yeah.
you know, of where he wants you to be in certain places and how you're meant to read the game.
So now 3 different players in Akasasing. And I said it the last time, said this was the reason why Mauricio Pochettino chose Saka. I mean, this is not the first time. When all of these things came up, I came here and I didn't mention that the reasons why Chelsea are sacking Mauricio Pochettino, you may not understand, but the directors have done their job and they realized that how he plays his football isn't sustainable. Last season, Sobeka, I kept on telling him, said there was always a big hole in the middle of the park for players to occupy large grounds. And again, in the team, we didn't have a natural space eater. Caicedo is a box-to-box player. Intine had him in the park. And then America, it is a semi not just one player, not 2 players, not 3 players in Aka about Mauricio Pochettino and how his football is being played. This is Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube by Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. So subscribe to the channel now. Pause the video, go back and subscribe to the channel. It's imperative. And subscribe to the channel and then we'll hear from you. We want to hear from you in the comment section with everything that has been said about Mauricio Pochettino. Do you think, say, he wanted the sack? Now, what am I talking about? And now, after say Ecuador film in the Copa America, Mauricio Caicedo Akofi preparing to return to preseason somewhere next week. Players are more in Chelsea, more with their nations, either in Europe and of course in the Copa America. Have one more week after some free competition. As over final new year's competition, you have another week to rest before you return to preseason. And then the boys are out. The boys have come. They return to the team. I don't know if you have Madrid, John, Rhys James. There is Benjamin Chilwell. There is Axel de Sassi. All of those guys that didn't go and play for their national teams. Rhys James, Mo, Christopher and Kuku, Mo. All of these guys, Tosin Aderebiayo, officially, report to training. Of course, it coincided with the first media roundup. Enzo Maresca as Chelsea manager and the things that he said. But Asema Aye very, very huge in terms of Chelsea and everything that's going on. Has been the conversation any Asema Moise Caicedo. Like I said, we're free Copa America in Mokofi. And it's a radio interview now, Moise Caicedo granted. And in that radio interview, he has been very, 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 very clear. Very clear. Asema Moise Caicedo clear. And he doesn't mince words. He doesn't change anything. What he's saying is straight up to the fact. Now, what did Moise Caicedo say? Say only Moise Caicedo. Moise Caicedo is a part of the players who don't really talk. In fact, social Moise Caicedo, even on the field of player, hardly does Moise even complain to a referee. Obi and Adia he gets up, goes on with the game. He does not talk. He doesn't complain too much. And for a player who doesn't talk, for somebody who's not a regular complainant, somebody from the South America, same as Mauricio Pochettino, to have these complaints are very, very damning to Mauricio Pochettino. Now, why am I saying this? This comes off the back of all the changes that has gone on at Chelsea, and then the fact that people from last season kept on saying these things. Now, Moise Caicedo said, I brought not all Brighton and Hove Albion under Roberto Di Zerbi. Everything that they did was with the ball. Everything was tactics. Training now. They didn't run. They didn't do a lot of physicals. They just hinge everything on the ball. What you do with the ball. What you do without the ball. When you're ball now, then it's in this zone, in that zone. Everything was pure tactical stuff. But immediately Mauricio Pochettino came in. Everything that his team and the technical team and all they were doing were just about running. According to him, he could run for about 10 kilometers. All of that just to stay fit. And then he wasn't used to it. Even at Ecuador, time now Independiente de la Verde, not almost ball no more. In the season, time season is starting, he suffered to find what Mauricio Pochettino wanted from him. And he had to go and hire a performance analyst, a personal performance analyst, hired for him by his agent. And I'm analyzing the game, okay, you say. He also did speak about the fact say the piano Stanford Bridge on the man. It was very, very hostile. Inti normal performing were away games, but home games weren't good enough because the fans were consistently booing them and it wasn't good until say he found his form. Now, let's just start from the conversation about Mauricio Pochettino and then how Mauricio Pochettino's football didn't help the Chelsea players, especially with injuries and what have you. Now, when your first time a player Babeka or has told anybody about Mauricio Pochettino and then how he prepares his teams, Ebimaka say even days or nights before a big game, the kind of running that the players do, they go into games very fatigued. Kyle Walker said, or call Manchester City, no, he was so shocked because Niamano knew him or Tottenham was so different. It was just about ball work under Pep Guardiola. But when he was at Tottenham, it was essential about just running, the physicality of the game. Harry Winks has also said it. Said last season, Enzo Maresca in the championship, he has played under Mauricio Pochettino before. He has been clear that under Enzo Maresca, it is pure tactical work with the ball, not just the running that keeps on going on in it. Mind you, Abranti Feniko Palmer also did say that a couple of months ago, just a couple of weeks ago, said Enzo Maresca, the new manager, is an excellent manager. He will improve a lot of players under him. He said it that he's tactically one of the best managers and he's going to improve a lot of players under him. And it is sad that Mauricio Pochettino is leaving, but now people are getting to know him. Tactically, he wasn't the best. I kept on saying it's the reason why Chelsea succeeded in playing against the big boys. Because against the big boys, you want to chase them, you want to prevent them from playing through you want to turn the ball over, you want to play some stuff. But I am particularly excited to say on the day of Enzo Maresca's unveiling, everybody knows that Chelsea now has a proper tactical person. That is why when you go back to the reasons why Chelsea allowed Mauricio Pochettino to go, in as much as the season was good, it was a hard pill to swallow. Now they've gotten to a manager who can play the positional play style of play, who can have loads of possession, who can dictate the pace of the game, who can develop players, and they believe that with Enzo Maresca, they will go on to succeed at the very top in terms of whatever they want to do. And no, any asama Moise Caicedo about the new manager, of course, and the old manager, with respect to how he used to play under them and how everything was going on. Chelsea have made big changes, new changes at Chelsea. 5 more new changes at Chelsea that you can't miss out. Last season again, Abia Mauricio Pochettino bear no more issues with injuries near the other. Most of the Chelsea fans said you can't just blame Mauricio Pochettino, but you have to look at the medical team. And I agree with them. Say team may prepare, and then just Mauricio Pochettino. You have to ask questions of the medical team because the medical team has to give medical clearance for players to go ahead and play football. If they don't get the medical clearance, they can't go ahead and play football. Now, the changes that have been made, 5 of them, Chelsea have done a holistic change in its performance medicine department. So, say player recovery, physiotherapy, the kind of food that they eat, everything in terms of performance, their strength, their conditioning, everything for them to go long spells without getting injured, the kind of injuries that they get, the research that they do into them, what is causing their injuries. Chelsea have made sure they made huge stuff in there. Mind you, last season, Chelsea were looking for a new head of medical performance medicine and then recruitment in that area. They opened it for that, and then they've gotten a new person in there with respect to Chelsea in terms of the quality. And this person, I have very experienced in the world of sports. In fact, he used to work in a department of sports. Then we have very much difficult to deal with. And first one, Papa, you find Craig Roberts. Now, Craig Roberts is now the head of performance medicine. So he's going to be in charge. Chelsea injuries neighbor. Okay, we never injuries neighbor. Yes, some way and check we. He's going to be the head of performance medicine at Chelsea Football Club. After Chelsea opened up recruitment, wanted to do recruitment for that department of sports and exercise sciences. So Craig Roberts is going to lead the charge. Then the head of performance in there, Bryce Kavanaga. Bryce Kavanaugh in there. He's going to be in charge of performance. So the player performance, not just tactical, more physical performances, how to get these players conditioned, how to get them to physical sheet to be able to play well. Then the first team doctor is going to be Stephen Lewis. Now, Stephen Lewis, AUBA, he has been in the English Premier League before. He has been at Brighton and Hove Albion. He has been at Tottenham Hotspur in there. But Craig Roberts, AUBA, he had coached as South Africa, head of South Africa Rugby and AFC Bournemouth Medical Director. And South Africa, rugby national team, one another head of medicine or medical director, and then now at first also joined Bournemouth medical director. The birds whispering around Chelsea, and they said at Bournemouth he had the best season without injuries as head of medical performance or performance medicine at Bournemouth. And the first team director, Stephen Lewis, or you'll be a Juma for Fulham for 12 years, worked for 2 separate sports at Brighton for 8 years, Stephen Lewis, and then lead performance physiotherapist or therapist, Marion Jones, joined after 13 years in Austria, first with Melbourne Storm Rugby League, and then Anderson Aussie Rules in there. Then head of performance, Nick Chad in there. Chelsea are making huge changes in there. Like I did mention to you, head of performance, Bryce Kavanaugh, lead therapist, Marion Jones, head of performance, insights, Richard Akinhead. And Chelsea are making huge stuff in there in terms of performance growth and for the kind of players, the kind of people that they bring in for their players to stay very sharp. See, Chelsea we are seeing now to get the best players from Africa, South America, Asia, and all of that. It is also affecting them to an extent. And it affects them in a way that they be a maker. And they said, you can't win it all, you're going to lose something. There is a boy in the Chelsea Academy, very good, excellent player, who is one of the best talents in England as it stands now. And he's called Ngamoha. He's a player that's very good. In fact, at age 15, almost 16, he has trained with the Chelsea Academy, Chelsea senior team before. Average a very good number of average dribbles per 90, average good goals per 90. Quality player by all standard, by all regard, is good enough on and off the ball, plays some good stuff. But Chelsea are losing him because the boy and any entourage don't believe that there is a clear pathway for him to get to the top at Chelsea Football Club, and they see it elsewhere. Liverpool Football Club are buying the boy that's called Ngamoha from Chelsea for almost nothing. So yes, Chelsea are going around signing Stavaa Willian, signing Kendrick Pye, Stavaa Willian, and Ranajugo Oshea. Definitely, these are top talent, but it's also affecting the kind of players that are in the academy. Again, Chelsea have said they are worried, they are sad, say the boy is going. But they did everything possible to keep the boy in Ngamoha at Chelsea in there. One of the best players are. People believe he's on the level of Jamal Musiala, on the level of Michael Olise, on the level of all of these top talents. Lamine Yamal, more than any other day in terms of talent at this age, at that particular age, And definitely he is going to go on to Liverpool Football Club, and Chelsea are going to get only just a very little or meager amount of money from Ngamoha. Now, Atletico de Madrid contacted Chelsea for a branch of friend Conor Gallagher. If you look at how Enzo Maresca wants to play, with the kind of players he wants, the positional playing midfielders that he wants, people that are more ball-sided, people that control the ball, people that are more aggressive, people that retain possession. Conor Gallagher definitely looks like he's going to be surplus to the minds at Chelsea Football Club. And Atletico Akache Chelsea said, Conor Gallagher open. Now the problem is the price tag at Chelsea equity for Atletico Madrid. 50 million in a Chelsea equity for Atletico Madrid for Conor Gallagher. Atletico made contact to Chelsea for Gallagher as he's one of the names on their shortlist. Not an easy deal, still expensive for Atletico de Madrid, but Chelsea have been clear to them how much they want to take for him in there in terms of Abantia, the friend Conor Gallagher in there. Don't subscribe to the channel. Now pause the video, go back, subscribe to the channel, turn on notification, in the notification turn, make sure you do choose all, and then share the link. Na Ubia Kabias enya video ni bi omunya analysis ni bi enjoy in there. Then finally the final set of transfers that's there. One, I went to friend Karim Adeyemi. His agent have offered him to Chelsea Football Club. Adeyemi is a good player. He's pacey, with very good dribbling skills in there. 30 million. And they are Dortmund for the FFE, Chelsea for Karim Adeyemi. The agents and the neighbor, they believe that he needs to go to the next level. Chelsea right, left wing Honoma, Real Madrid really hasn't cemented his place at Chelsea, save for Raheem Sterling, and they would want to pace it forward. But Chelsea, in my opinion, don't need a branch friend Karim Adeyemi. Chelsea do not need a branch friend Karim Adeyemi. Adeyemi isn't needed at Chelsea Football Club, and I don't see the reason here. As a Chelsea break it bank and splash too much money on a branch here. Your friend Karim Adeyemi. Hansi Flick, I take you over Barca. Jumano Hansi Flick, I take you over Barca. Jumano, and he has started everything in there. Hansi Flick started Jumano. The first thing that he wants to do, and he said, Thiago Alcantara Ojai football just a few hours ago. No, Hansi Flick has reached out to Thiago Alcantara, telling Alcantara said he wants to give him a place in his technical team as one of the assistant coaches. But Thiago Alcantara catch and he said, Onyanto Waseka Kramano. So that he looks through, thinks about it, comes to a conclusion, and see if it's going to join FC Barcelona. Already joined FC Barcelona as part of assistant managers. Mind you, it was FC Bayern Munich, it was FC Barcelona. He's a Spaniard in their quality player in terms of somebody that makes good use of space and time. Thiago Alcantara, one of those men. And in some meeting now, after that, and one Laporta, I could do Nico Williams, some commander Nico Williams, Ekasana, one Laporta, so can I say Laporta seal. He won Laporta, has what it takes. Bass has what it takes. Somebody have branch on film, Nico Williams, Ebeba, and everybody's saying it's about a release clause. Pay the release clause and shut up. That's exactly what fans now. Eka Papa from one Laporta say. Tia Nico Williams release clause no. Kasano a dorso. Just focus and pay the release clause for the young boy. Let him come to FC Barcelona. No matter born the ball. Nebibia enye kama in there in terms of what you want to get from him. Yeah, change. So one Laporta be say Jumano na boy na ba come on sa na ba say no boys in there in terms of the quality and what he brings to them. But Manchester United are ever getting closer to Joshua Joshua Zexi. And I mentioned to you this morning, a very, 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 very good player. Somebody that's more technical, drops into the middle of the park to combine and then have a lot of the ball, has a lot of touches, help in terms of build up with Bruno Fernandes in short-term passes, and will have people overloading him, getting in behind him to occupy the spaces and attack them. And when they have plenty from Joshua Zexi, he is different from Rasmus Højlund. Højlund is more of an outlet, more of a hold-up player, more of a physical combatant up front. This boy is a different one. Yes, he is a player, and then in the transfer market, there's a lot of cash for all of these players, but you can't just say that he's not good enough just because the boy is young and then he hasn't really proven himself. Every club in the world knows that you can't just go around throwing away money for some of these boys in there, say just because they are good enough or they are at their peak. This time you need to buy young, need to give them time to thrive, and then definitely stuff is going to go well in there. Pat Nevin has said something about Enzo Maresca, and this is what he said. He said that at the end of the season, I was thinking things were starting to look all right. What you have got with Maresca is an experiment, one that involves a coach who will have no say on the players he'll be working with. Not to disrespect Maresca, but he is one of the many ambitious technical coaches out there. He is simply the one they pick. They have just plugged a young coach who's done quite well lately. Like every other Chelsea fan, Eka said, Enzo Maresca, yes, he has his issues. But trust me, I think that Chelsea have a very, very technical manager, and everybody will see what Enzo Maresca and the Chelsea Football Club. It is just a matter of time. Now Enzo Maresca and any team who hits the ground running. They know that there is a lot of work to do in there for Abrantia, their friend Enzo Maresca, in there. The quality that he brings onto the team, short passing, the philosophy, the idea of play, the principles of play, how he wants to play a very, very important Chelsea Football Club in there in terms of the quality and how the things that he wants to do. Yeah, but how Enzo Maresca will fare at Chelsea Football Club and everything that is going on there for the quality of player and how the kind of football that he wants to play. If you look in there, Titi, I see he didn't get enough support when he went to FC Barcelona in there in terms of what he gives to his team. And it's man. This is where we draw the curtain on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Again, don't subscribe here, subscribe to the channel and turn on notification. I'll see you.